That three times fast, and so we got a big one tonight as Piedmont brings their 2-1 record to Duncan. And Tony, you just got to think that, especially after that win where they pulled away late in Blanchard last week, a lot of confidence on that Piedmont Wildcat sideline.
Absolutely, getting better through the first 2 games of the season, looking really good offensively. First 3 games, I should say. Look really good offensively, controlling the line of scrimmage, which if you control the line of scrimmage with a flex bone offense, you're in good shape. And the Wildcats have definitely done that to start the season.
You know, some things change, but some things remain the same, Tony, is that if you can control the trenches, right, you control the action right there at the point of attack, don't care how many receivers you have in the formation, Quarterback can't look good if he's on his back, right?
Absolutely.
And so, big test here as we come down to Duncan. Another road trip down here. It seems like getting that kind of road testing for the Wildcats early could pay dividends down the road.
Absolutely, and this Wildcat team they're road warriors. They played well on the road. Outside of a fumble on the 9-yard line, this team would be 2-0 on the road to start the season. So played really well. The Demons are 0-2 so far to start the season. They went on the road to face a tough Lawton opponent, 6A opponent, and then last week they were on the road again. So we talk about road teams. The Duncan Demons finally get to come back home as they lost 54-7 last week against Guthrie. So another Class 5A opponent here, 0-2 to start the season. The Wildcats 2-1. Hopefully look just as good as they have so far. They've stayed healthy, which is good as well. Last year had some injuries, and they were young. Like you mentioned last week, sophomores turning into juniors. A lot of juniors on this team, so Wildcats should be in good shape tonight.
Absolutely. So keys to the game is, of course, with that flexbone offense that they run. I mean, that rushing attack, point of attack with the line. But again, kind of that fire and ice that we've seen from Wood and Robles is going to be really key to this game.
I completely agree. Last week I said the keys to the game was the A-backs. Well, it ended up being the B-backs, so we'll shift focus this week to talk about the B-backs, Robles and Cannon Wood. Those guys are probably going to have another big night, and if they do, then the Wildcats should be in action tonight.
And watch Lucian and Houston just go completely ham tonight.
Absolutely.
And prove us all wrong. And then, of course, on the defensive side, I mean, that defensive front seven led by, I love this nickname, man, the Claw.
The Claw.
Yeah, led by the Claw to captain that defense. Definitely want to keep Duncan uncomfortable tonight.
Absolutely, and if we move away from the defensive line, we look at Cannon Wood, who also plays on the defensive side of the ball, has been playing really well, and Brogan Hardy. I mean, you talk about two guys, Brogan Hardy and Cannon Wood. If you ask those guys to stand in front of a running freight train, they'd probably stand in front of it and stop it. Those guys will hit anybody that gets in their way, and they've played really well defensively to start the season.
Well, that's exactly what you want your linebackers to do.
Absolutely.
Is kind of patrol that field and make sure that, hey, find ball, see ball, hit ball, right?
Exactly.
And so bring in the flags on the field as you're visiting Piedmont Wildcats. While we were bantering and pretending to know what we're talking about, coin flip happened. Duncan is going to receive to start off, and so we are going to see that Piedmont Wildcat defense led by, like you said, by Wood and by Talon Owens. And so, I mean, keys to the game. I think we talk about this, and it seems simple, seems almost obvious, but it's keeping yourself on schedule on offense, and then getting them off schedule on defense as Duncan comes out and what looks like a bullpen car here.
It does. You see this at MLB games. You don't normally see this at high school football games.
Absolutely. I expected the Cleveland Guardians bullpen car to come out here from that old movie from the 90s to come and bring the team onto the field. So that's a new one on me.
I've never seen that before. Absolutely.
But going back, I mean, it's staying on schedule and then, getting your other guys off schedule.
Absolutely, and control the clock offensively. If you stay on schedule, you're going to control the clock, so those two things work hand in hand. But these Wildcats, to start the season, have controlled the clock because they've stayed on schedule. You want to get 4 yards on first down, and then, if you just get 4 yards every down and they can't do nothing about it, you're going to get first downs all the way down the field. You're going to chew the clock. We saw a lot of 9-minute drives last week that ended up in touchdowns, and that's the key as well. You got to end those long drives and touchdowns. We saw the one drive last week that ended with a turnover, and that was really the only negative that you could talk about last week for the Wildcats offensively.
4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 10 plus every time in my math. And
Absolutely.
so I tell you what, let's go ahead and take one last quick break. They're lining up for the kickoff. Piedmont Wildcat Football, brought to you by F&M Bank, our chief sponsor of Piedmont Wildcat Football. We're going to be right back after this with football time. Stick around.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Now is the time to protect your family with Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Internet security is becoming more of a fear every day. Protect your family against malware, viruses, intrusions, cyber attacks, and more. Modern internet deserves modern security. Get the best of both worlds with Pioneer in-home Wi-Fi and the Smart Wi-Fi app. Download.
It's my favorite time of the week.
Absolutely.
It's football time in Oklahoma.
Friday Night Lights.
And here we go. The kick is off. High pooch punt. See if they can't catch him napping. That's a live ball. Goes after 10 yards. And guess what? Piedmont has the ball to start off as they go ahead and pull out some trickeration.
Absolutely. The number 23, Will Music, the sophomore, 6 foot, 175-pound wide receiver linebacker combo, came up with the ball there. What a kick to start the game.
Once again, I mean, it's one of those things that, attention to detail. We've seen this a couple times now of, hey, if it goes 10 yards and it hits the ground, that's a live ball. And once again, Piedmont, that attention to detail gets a free possession out of it.
And I got to give it up to Tate Cardwell. That ball had some backspin on it. That was a perfectly placed kick.
So here we go. Mars under center after the recovery of the onside kick. Cannon Wood in the backfield with him. Single receiver on either side. After that, ball on the minus side of the 49 going left to right. And the handoff is to Wood and finding some room up the middle. We said we needed 4 yards to carry. How about 6? How does that sound?
Absolutely. Kept his feet churning, got turned around, but guess what? Just like last week, backpedaled. Got in probably about 3 extra yards there on first down. Great play.
Wonderful gain on first down to get us ahead of schedule. Piedmont in the road whites, yellow pants. Duncan wearing the home blacks with white pants. Here we go, left to right. See if they can't catch them off sides. Maybe see something cooking here, but Mars looking to the sideline to get the play. Got a single receiver on either side bunched up close to the flex bone. And the pitch is to the right side to Houston as he gets bottled up. A great open field tackle. Looks like he also tripped over his cleats a little bit. Going to bring up 3rd and 4 as they bring up this third down play.
That's a good tackle there. Number 17, Jackson Pogge. So 3rd down and 5 here. Let's see if the Wildcats can get back on schedule.
Looks like they're actually saying he lost a yard on that. Okie doke, sounds great. So 3rd and 5 here as they get lined up. Ball on the 44-yard line of the Demons, and the handoff up the middle is to Wood. Gain of 3 on the play. Early decision time here for Piedmont, whether or not you keep the offense on the field or you go for it.
Yeah, you're kind of in limbo here. You're at the 40-yard line in plus territory. I'd go for it on 4th down here, and it looks like Coach Hall agrees.
Absolutely. So here we go, getting the play from the sidelines here. Going left to right are your Wildcats. Singles on either side in the flexbone. Wood in the backfield. Mars under center. And the handoff is to Wood. Left side. Needs 2 yards. Gets 5. And so that's going to be a first down on the early gamble for your Wildcats.
Absolutely. A great play there. I think I counted last week. The Wildcats ran, I went back and looked. They ran zone dive 27 times in a row last week against Blanchard. So you're going to look at a heavy dose of that play right there, which is their bread and butter zone dive right up the middle to the B-back Cannon Wood.
New set of downs for Piedmont, 1st and 10 as they come back to the line to capitalize off of this early stolen possession after the onside kick, opening possession of the game. Fake handoff to Wood, and the pitch is to Lucian. Gain of about 2 on the play as they're testing that outside. And looks like the outside contain for Duncan right now is kind of standing tall.
Yeah, that was a really, really big hit there from the cornerback for Duncan. That was a very nice hit, and Wildcats not able to outflank there. The Y receiver there missed a block, so let's see if they can kind of sure that up.
And here we go, kind of an I formation here as they put in a new wrinkle with Wood as the up back. Gets the fake to Wood here, and looks like Lucian on the right side, and he's got room. All the way down to the 21-yard line, gain of about 14 on the play. That's going to be a new 1st and 10, and faked me out on that, even on that play action on the pitch to Lucian.
Absolutely. Fake the defense out, and that's the whole goal. You come out with this flex bone offense, you kind of mix things up, you keep the defense thinking, and they never know where the ball is going to be. That was a great play design. Nice first down.
Back in that I formation for Mars, singles on either side. Here we go. And the handoff, another fake to Wood, and it is quarterback keeper Mars on the first down play. Gets a little spinorama and thrown forward. Let's call it a gain of 3 on the play to bring up 2nd and 7. And looks like all the backs are getting in the action here tonight.
Absolutely. Another play call there that you see in this flex bone offense where the quarterback has a decision, typical option play there, run play, had a chance to pitch, kind of had two defenders there, and so had to make a decision, able to pick up a few yards.
And here we go. Mars under center, Lucian and Wood in the backfield. Handoff is to Wood finally. They actually gave it to him this time instead of faking me out. 2 yards on the carry, right up the gut. Going to bring up 3rd and 5. And so here we go. Another decision time here on this 3rd down play, a little bit behind the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll have to see what they decide to do because, again, I mean, you're in field goal range, but you really want to end this drive with a touchdown, especially considering they got the ball off the kickoff.
Mars under center, singles on either side, putting a man in motion to see if they can't catch someone leaning over a little bit. Now getting the play from the sidelines is your quarterback, Mars.
Yeah, and had the defensive end there jump for Duncan, but no call made there.
Handoff is to Wood. Going up the middle, let's call it a gain of 3, another decision time. So got about half of the yardage you needed. 4th and 3 coming up. Ball is at right just on the other side of the 15-yard line. Decision time, and no decision here for Coach Hall because it looks like he's going to go for it.
Yeah, they've been able to get up 3 or 4 yards about every play. So if you're averaging 3, I would go for it on 4th down here. I agree with the decision.
4th and 4, call it a long 3, so some kind of in that in between. Need the 11 for the first down. Here we go. Mars under center looking to get something out, and looks like Duncan going to go ahead and take that early timeout. We're going to take it with him. Crossover Radio Sports Talk with a purpose. Opening drive for Piedmont, 6:57 left. 0-0 is your score. Going to be right back after this.
The Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app today, or visit gopioneer.com for more information.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/.
57 left for your Wildcats, and here we go. Big 4th down play early in this game. Mars under center, and as the handoff, it's a fake to Wood. Pitch is to Lucian. I'm sorry, Houston. Well, it's going to be close. Going to depend on the spot. Needed to 11. Looks like he got wrestled down right at the 11, but let's see where it is. Ooh,
it's pretty close.
It's going to be pretty close. Looks like it's right at in between the 12 and the 11, and the marker's right at the 11. That's 4th down. Yeah, he's short by half a yard.
Yeah, he had a second effort there. Referee looking at it, head official there, took more than just a look at it. I'm surprised he didn't at least bring out the chain gang.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that as well. But, I mean, they needed every bit of the 11, and they just fell a little short and then scooted on the placement of the ball. Looks like it's right at the 11.
Yeah.
So, okie doke.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't bring the chain gang out for that one.
So here we go. And so after the turnover on downs, about to see that Piedmont defense come and see what they can do. Spread offense for Duncan, like it seems like everyone else in high school football. And Talon Owen is forcing that ball out. And here we go, though. It is breaks contain, 9-yard gain. Looks like Talon Owen got a little bit crossed up when he was going after the back in the backfield.
Yeah, he had to make a decision there to get downhill. He decided not to move, and then he was outflanked there on the outside with speed. So see if they can sure that up.
Looks like ball was out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Gain of 8 to bring up 2nd and 2. Spread offense for these Demons as they have 3 wideouts now, 1 coming into the backfield with the quarterback in shotgun. Handoff up the middle to the running back, and he is bottled up.
Fumble on the play.
Ball is loose. Looks like Duncan does end up keeping it here. And that's going to bring up, after a loss off the play, on the fumble. And so all of a sudden, 2nd and 2 turns into about 3rd and 7.
That's a nice play defensively. Bottled him up at the line of scrimmage. Forced a fumble, unable to jump on it, but definitely off schedule now. 3rd and about 6.
Sawyer Rice, your freshman starting quarterback here for the Duncan Demons. Twins to his left, twins to his right. Single back in the backfield with him. And here we go, 3rd and long, going kind of a sidearm play. Preston Giles was your intended receiver, a little bit too tall for him, going to bring up 4th down. And they're getting lined up for the punt team. And, we don't see very many freshmen starting quarterback in varsity football here.
Yeah, going down the roster here, they've got another quarterback, number 13, Christopher Coots. I see him down here on the sideline right now for the Duncan Demons, not suited up. He's got a jersey on, but no pads, so looks like they've got their freshman in here in reserve.
Punt formation lined up for Piedmont, and here they're coming after it a little bit, and almost got to it. Line drive kick that's going to bounce right at the Piedmont 45. Take a Demon roll. Keep rolling here. That's about 10 yards on the roll. Great punt for Duncan. Then that's where they're going to take it over at the 28-yard line. Piedmont 1st and 10 coming up. Staying here, man. So we've seen a series on the offense, series on the defense. First takes.
Decent offensively. Offensively, they did well. They got into the red zone, unable to punch it in, but you'll accept that. I would go for that every time on 4th down and short, considering your offense. And defensively, did well after that first play, got outflanked. But after that, they shored it up, and they played really well on defense and got the Demons off schedule offensively, which led to that punt.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, I mean, even on that play where they gained the 8, you saw Talon Owen bust through the line and just have to be a little bit more decisive and go after the running back. Could have been a big loss even on 1st down. So defense, I think you're very pleased. Offense, I think you're still probing to see where the weak spots are.
Yeah, absolutely. And look to see more of that true triple option where they're trying to get outside with the A-backs with Houston and Lucian, because the Demons are stacking the box, which, I mean, everybody's going to stack the box against the Wildcats. So
right.
We'll have to see going forward what it looks like for the B-backs, as it looks like Robles is going to get in the game at B-back to start this drive.
Here we go as they get lined up to start their second drive. 5:42 left in the first quarter. 0-0 is your score. Piedmont getting ready for their second possession of the game. And like you said, Robles, kind of that, you look at the depth chart, you might want to say that Cannon Wood may be the starter, but you don't lose anything with Robles in the backfield.
Absolutely. It's 1A and 1B.
Mars under center and putting a man in motion. The handoff is to Robles. Left side, breaks a hole, and he's breaking tackles. Gain of 9 on the play. And once again, you see those legs churning and falling forward. Those yards, those hustle yards are really what make the difference.
Absolutely. And talk about somebody who has a lot of control of his body there, as he's jumping over linemen that are down on the ground just to get a couple extra yards. 2nd
and 1 coming up after the 9-yard gain. And looks like an injury timeout. That was a late call on an injury. I guess maybe rolled his ankle or something, or a little warm still here on a mid-September day. And that looks like the cramp monster might have shown up today.
Absolutely. It is warm down there. I see both athletic trainers on both sidelines coming out and giving the refs water and making sure to keep the players hydrated, as well as I guess I saw this week that most of the meteorologists say that fall is not here yet. We kind of got teased with a little bit.
A little teaser of fall. Yeah, a little taste, and then some. This is what's known as a false fall, and now we're getting into second summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Monday down in the 50s to start the day, and then now we're back up into the 90s.
Yeah, no, that's come on, fall. What are you doing to me over here? Staying here as the injured Demon gets off the field here. And so once again, going back to that first drive, I mean, Robles, you were talking about his body control, his ability to always fall forward and to turn those legs. I mean, those are plays that you don't really see in the stat sheet per se, but really do make the difference, because those 9-yard games will get busted off at one point.
Absolutely. Just like last week, he was just a few tackles away from busting one. He did at the end of the game last week, so we'll have to see if he can get that going again this week.
Mars under centers, they get lined up after the timeout, and the handoff is to Robles again, just kind of puts his nose right in the pile. Driven back, forward progress is going to give him the first down, 2-yard gain on the play, so 1st and 10, got exactly what he needed.
Absolutely, and you'll accept that every single time. The chain gang is a little slow. They're throwing me off there. They put a 3 up there, and I thought it was 3rd down. I thought surely he got enough yards there for the first down.
No, for sure. And here we go. It's interesting. The back chain here is digital, so it's telling us how many yards. So that's a little cheater play there for us. I really appreciate that, guys. Here we go. Mars under center. And it is a pass looking for his man open, and the catch is made on the left side. That's Houston. And how about that completed pass here early in the game here for Mars?
Absolutely, and he slowed down. He waited for that play to develop a little bit as Houston was getting out on the wheel route, fake to block for the pitch for the triple option, and he's wide open on the wheel route. That could turn into a touchdown later on. It's a 10-yard gain right now. You'll accept it all day, but what a great pass to start the game for Mars, right on the money.
And great point that he slowed down, he set his feet, and delivered the pass as a catchable ball. So here we go. Mars under center, I-back formation, handoff, fake push, and here is Houston on left side. And all of a sudden, 10 yards later, 1st and 10 on the pitch play. Now finding some success on the edges there.
Absolutely, and this is a great game plan so far for the Wildcats, coming out with that typical zone dive and not getting much going up the middle as the Demons are stacking the box. So getting them on the outside and kind of outflanking them, just kind of mixing things up, even with the throw as well, is going to keep the defense thinking.
Mars gets under center again. Robles in the backfield with him in this flex bone. Single receiver closest to us. And here we go. Handoff is to Robles. And he keeps just churning, moving the pile. That's a gain, another gain of 10. Thought it was the first down last time, but it was 2nd and 1. So good, well enough for the first down here as Robles continues to get chunk plays.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful play. Once again, like you mentioned, churning his legs. I mean, from up here, you see the teams during pregame do the high legs, right? The high knees. That's looked like exactly what he was doing on the field down there. His knees were about up to his chest. He's just churning down the field.
Robles once again looking at the sled machine and saying, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go. Mars under center, single up top. To his left, Robles in the backfield, and the handoff is to Robles left side. Falls forward. Here's the other thing, those runs after yards after contact. He gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage, squirts out. He's tackled, but falls forward for 4 yards.
Absolutely. I mean, all of these running backs on this team, you can tell that they're well coached from their running backs coach, because every single week we see them. What would be a 2-yard gain if they just fall backwards or straight down turns into 3, 4, 5-yard gains, which keeps your offense on schedule.
2nd and 5 coming up after the run from Robles. Singles on either side for Mars, your quarterback under center. Back in that flex bone formation, and the pitch is to Lucian, left side, makes a move, makes another move. Here we go, 15, 10-yard line, hurdles a man out of bounds to the 13-yard line. First down, another chunk play we're starting to see, and the edge is starting to break contain here.
Absolutely, and those were 2 beautiful moves back-to-back there. Shifty feet from Lucian there, breaking 2 tackles, hurdling men down. The only thing that stopped him there was the sideline, because if the sideline was a little bit further out, he would have been in the end zone.
Canadian football, that's a touchdown.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Under center again for Mars. Robles in the backfield, putting a man in motion, breaks through the line, is the defensive tackle. Looks like we need to change up the snap count a little bit. Lucky to keep the ball, because I tell you what, both Mars and Robles were under some heat.
Yeah, I mean, right as soon as the ball was snapped, like you said, they read the count there. They were in the backfield before Mars even handed the ball off, it looked like.
Mars under center again. Here is Robles. Here we go. look to see if we could take advantage of some happy feet on the defensive line, but Demons stay home. 2nd and 9. Can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Ball on the 10-yard line. Fake to Robles, and that's Houston making another move. Safety is looking for his ankles as Piedmont walks in for the touchdown. And I tell you what, these A-backs, you said it, you know what? We'll get on schedule here with who's going to have the big game, because Houston absolutely just juked that guy out of his shorts.
Absolutely. They're just going to troll me every single week, it seems like. As last week I said the key was the A-backs. It ended up being the B-backs, just like you said at the top of the show. I said the B-backs this week, and now the A-backs are getting work between Lucian and Houston.
Snap is down, kick is up for the point after, and right down Broadway, it's good. And all of a sudden, minute 42 left, your Piedmont Wildcats up 7-0. We're going to take a break. Crossover Radio Sports. It is Sports Talk with a Purpose. We'll be right back after this.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Piedmont Wildcat football. Really glad you're joining us here. Simulcast on Squirtle, thanks to our friends over there. And so if you're watching on Squirtle, welcome. And after the touchdown by Houston, 7-0 is your score. Minute 42 left, and that is a game-defining drive, and just kind of a teaser of what's going to happen all night long is what Piedmont just did.
Absolutely, and we see a shift in the kick return here for the Demons after the Wildcats opened up with the trickery. So stacking the far side of the field to prevent what happened last time. Got the hands team out.
Special teams looking and saying, hey, you know what? That ball's live if it travels 10 yards, guys. So what do you think we might want to get that? What do you think? So here we go. Kicked deep after that, fielded at the 18, Duncan Demons.
There is a team in college, right? The Deacon
The
Demons.
Wake Forest Deacon Demons. Yeah. And so 35-yard line, gain of about 15 on the return. Good return. And once again, let's see if this Piedmont defense can maybe smell a little bit of blood in the water.
Absolutely, and like you mentioned, one of the keys is you got a backup quarterback in the game, and he's a freshman, so keeping him kind of thinking defensively, right, from the defense, keeping him off schedule all night long is going to help the Wildcats defensively.
Freshman. We're getting yelled at in the booth. I haven't been yelled at like that in a while. Here we go. Piedmont on defense here. Duncan with the ball. Trips to his right for your freshman quarterback. Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing. I tell you what, this front seven of Piedmont, you're welcome to try running up the middle, but it is not recommended.
Yeah, definitely not. That's the strength of this defense is up the middle, the linebacker position, and the defensive lines.
2nd and 10 coming up for Duncan after no gain on the play. Kind of a pistol formation. Trips to his right is the freshman. That's Sawyer Rice once again. Hey, credit young man, doing a little hard counts and everything like that. Called run for Rice, looking for some room on the left side, kind of tiptoes his way down the sideline. Hey, young man, get yourself about 6 yards on the play as he follows his blocker. And
all the way in the backfield, pushing the play back. Brogan Hardy started it, and England finished it.
4th down coming up, and Duncan decides to go ahead and bring the punt team out as they're on their side of the 50. Ball on the Duncan 44-yard line, and 3 and out for Piedmont. This defense once again standing tall.
Absolutely. And they do have to snap before the play clock ends.
Came after it again. It feels like they might get one. I'm going to call it. I'm naming it and claiming it right here. Duncan bounce as it goes all the way to the 22-yard line. Good punt for the Duncan special teams. Taking a break. We're going to take it with them. Crossover Radio Sports Talk with a Purpose. Going to be right back right after this message from our friends at F&M Bank. And Tony, man, I mean, you got to think as far as defensively, man, this is made to order for him. 2 3-and-outs. This defense standing tall. Yes, it's a freshman quarterback, but I mean, you play who they bring out on the field.
Absolutely. And I mean, we talked about it last week, the whole bend but don't break mentality. You give up 6 yards on first down in the first drive. You give up 6 yards on first down in the second drive defensively, and then you stand tall and you end up forcing a 3-and-out. So defensively, they've played well, and you can't ask for anything better offensively from this Wildcat offense so far. Churning clock, ending it in touchdowns. They're 1 for 2. Could be 2 for 2 offensively, but you'll take it all day getting down in the red zone and just churning clock because you just want to hold the ball, keep it out of the other team's hands. They can't score if they can't have the ball.
100%. So 83 yards in front of you, 1st and 10 on the Piedmont 17 as they get this third drive started. As we start the second quarter, Piedmont up 7-0, has the ball looking for more. Mars under center, getting ready here. Singles on either side. And I can't see, that looks like Wood in the backfield.
I believe so.
Yeah.
A little hard to see from here.
I'm just a simple country lawyer. Mars, here we go. Handoff left side with Wood and just dragging linebackers with them. Gain of, it looks like, call it 6 on the play. Was wrapped up but kept those legs churning to get another 4 yards after contact. And I tell you what, that yards after contact is still one of my favorite stats.
Absolutely. I might have to ask Coach Hall this next week if he can get me some, improved stats. I want to see if they got the yak on there. Let's see what those yardage is because they're going to be really high.
Come on, Coach Hall, give me some sabermetrics on this deal. What are you doing to me?
Absolutely.
Singles on either side. Wood in the backfield, Mars under center, and the fake is to Wood. Looks to test the outside, but then puts his nose right into the pile. And I tell you what, we talk about Robles, we talk about Wood, but let's not discount how fearless Mars is, as he had nothing going on the outside and just lowers his head to get the yards.
Absolutely, and when you have an offense like this that runs a flex bone, you need a quarterback that can run the ball. And Mars is a little shifty. Not the fastest guy out there, but what you can say for him, like you said, he's fearless. He will take anybody on out there, whether they're bigger than him, smaller than him. He doesn't care. He's a great running quarterback.
Singles on either side for Mars and Wood in the backfield. Once again, new set of downs, 1st and 10. Mars looking to pass, but then it's a false start. Looks like someone put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start. I'm not sure who that was on there. Did have a little bit of motion. I was thinking illegal motion, but did end up being a false start there on first down. So getting a little bit off schedule now.
1st and 10 turns out into a 1st and 15 after the penalty. I'll tell you what, I think we were looking at a Josh Mars pass play on that one.
That's exactly what it looked like. Absolutely. He was back to pass there. So we'll have to see what Coach Hall does here now, 1st and 15. And I've seen some little extracurriculars. We saw a pancake block there at the end of the last run. I'll have to keep an eye on that as the refs are letting it go.
Singles on either side. Wood in the backfield, 1st and 15. Handoff is to Wood, testing the right side, and he's got room. Here we go. To the 40, now crossing midfield to the 50. Got one man to beat, trips up, and he is tackled at the 30-yard line. Cannon Wood shot out of the cannon.
I love it, absolutely. What a play there from Cannon Wood. Saw a lot of green grass. Only had one man to beat. He did beat that man, but hung him up just enough for the other defender to be able to take him down. But what a play to get back on schedule right there offensively.
Not only get back on schedule, but flip the field as now ball's on the Duncan 31. And once again, you see this defense looking as like, oh, we had him and we lost him.
Absolutely. That is devastating defensively, as there's several defensive linemen that are huffing and puffing down there.
Mars under center again. Wood in the backfield looking for more. And the handoff is, Mars That's got to be a forward pass.
I see a flag on the far side of the field.
That's got to be a legal man downfield. Is what I think. I mean, that was
absolutely.
a broken play action to Wood. They bottled up Mars. Looked like he tried to do a little like a free throw shot to what looked like Houston.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a legal man downfield because it was a run play. So you had linemen that were definitely 5 yards down the field.
Absolutely, and so that was the call. And so broken play. So 1st and 10 is about to turn into 1st and 15 after the illegal man downfield. Like where your head's out there, young man, Josh Mars. But I'll take the 5-yard penalty rather than the turnover.
Absolutely. And also, if he takes a sack there, it's 2nd and 15 versus 1st and 15.
Bingo.
So kind of a heads-up play, actually.
Hey, you know what? My favorite part of sophomores, they turn into juniors. Here we go. Single up top for Josh Mars. Robles in the backfield now, giving Wood a spell. And the handoff is to Robles. Puts his head down, gets the penalty yardage back, 5 yards on the carry.
That ball's all the way on the 37, 35-yard line, and I see big John Wetter, number 77, all the way down on the 20-yard line, just pushed his man all the way down, pancake blocks him, and then offers to pick him up after.
Hey, you know what? Sportsmanship. That's what it's about. Here we go. Robles in the backfield again. Mars under center. 2nd and 10 coming up. Getting the play from the sideline is your quarterback, Josh Mars. 2nd down and 10, PA announcer. Come on, stick with me. You need to tune into the broadcast. Singles on either side. Here we go. Robles on the left side, and he's got room, and he's making people miss, and he is just absolutely dragging 2nd and 3rd level defenders with him. Ball all the way down to the 19-yard line. I'm telling you what, ladder drills and sleds are what make running backs that potent.
Absolutely. Breaking tackles and dragging defenders all the way down the field, keeping his feet moving, jumping over his own linemen, jumping over defensive players, just whatever they can do to get an extra 2, 3, 4 yards, and it pays off.
Memo to Duncan. Arm tackles aren't going to do it tonight, guys. Here we go, though. 1st and 10. Ball at the 19-yard line. Mars under center, and he keeps it, calls his own number. Pardon me, is at the 14-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play. I'll learn to read yard markers here in a moment. Gain of 4 on the play, though, bringing up 2nd and 6.
Absolutely. A little difficult to read from down here. Normally we have a nice big scoreboard to read from, but kind of hard to see the scoreboard from where we're at over here.
Absolutely. Remember the scoreboard from Remember the Titans? That's what we're working with right now.
Absolutely. You're bringing back some nostalgia here.
How's that for a pull? That's a deep cut right there, guys. What you know about that? Bunch formation in the flex bone for Josh Mars. Wood in the backfield, and the handoff is to Wood. Does a spin move, and then spins right into the linebacker. One of the few times that we have not seen Cannon Wood fall forward.
Absolutely, and that's simply because he spun right into about 4 guys that were right in front of him, and so normally you'd see him fall forward there, but didn't really have much going there.
3rd and a long 4 coming up for your Piedmont Wildcats, deep into Duncan territory. We've already seen that they went for it earlier. Let's see what they do on this 3rd down play, and if we're in 4 down territory. Personally, I just as soon get the 1st down here and not have to worry about it. Pitch is to Houston, called dead on the play.
It's going to be a false timeout.
Look, timeout. And so Coach Hall wants to talk about this. And we've got a flag on the play, maybe some extracurriculars. There have been some chirping back and forth. Staying here as they get it figured out.
Yeah,
White Hat's lecturing.
He was talking to Wood there. I wonder if it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams.
Yeah, and so unsportsmanlike on both teams, offsetting. And looks like you were talking about it, getting a little chippy about 4 or 5 plays ago, and it looks like the White Hat started to feel like the heat was getting too hot.
Absolutely, and good on him to kind of control this game because, like I said, it was, we're seeing more and more extracurriculars after every play, so good for the officials, I should say, to kind of get this thing under control.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, this is high school football. Sportsmanship is key. But you also, hey, it's the gridiron. It's football. These are still kids.
Absolutely.
And so you got to go ahead and take control right now and say, hey guys, we're going to cut this out now.
Yeah.
You're chirping back and forth. There's a fine line between passion and unsportsmanship, and it looks like both teams just crossed it.
Absolutely. I'm not usually a fan of offsetting double penalties there, but in this case, I completely agree with it.
Here we go. Mars, does my eyes deceive me? Is that an empty backfield that we have for Mars under center? And the pitch is to Lucian, testing the left side, and he is shoulder tackled. Looked pretty close to maybe even targeting because his head snapped back pretty hard. 4th and 2 coming up here.
That was a big tackle there for
Lucian,
number 10, Chago Barham for the Demons. He brought the wood there.
Yeah, he did, and gave him a little shoulder shimmy here. And Lucian looks like came up a little slow. This is the right call. Let's get him off the field. Let's get him checked out because, like I said, he got snapped back pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they can call a targeting penalty there because I don't know if Lucian is considered a defenseless player in that case, but I'm not quite sure on the rules in high school football as far as it pertains to targeting.
4th and 2 coming up, and just like we thought, and here is Mars on the keeper. Needed 2, got 3.5 to get it at 1st and goal inside the 1. And Coach Hall, all gas, no brakes.
Absolutely, and I completely agree with that. They've run that on 4th and short the last 2 games, and every single time Mars gets under center and goes and gets the push, and he's getting 4 yards. I mean,
yeah, and not only that, not only that, Robles giving the push this time, Cannon Wood last week, and so you can't stop it. And you know what? It worked so well last time. Let's do it again. And how about for a Josh Mars touchdown?
Absolutely, great play call there. I love that play call, back-to-back plays. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If you can't beat it, we're just going to keep running.
And you know what? It's also one of those like, hey, we're just better than you.
Absolutely.
We're going to line up. We're going to actually tell you what we're doing, and you know what you can do about it? Not a thing.
Yeah, and that's the best part about this offense is that the way this offensive line is playing is that they don't care. The defense knows what they're going to do. To be fair, they've mixed it up tonight offensively. It's been a great gameplay called from the offensive staff, but just better.
Point after lined up after the touchdown. Slow snap, but fielded beautifully by the holder. Puts it down. Kick is up and good. And again, one of those plays that's not going to show up on the stat sheet. Mars, the holder here, is able to get the ball down, and so we can get that free point.
Absolutely, and that's another great offensive drive. I agree with the call on 4th down to go for it and then come right back with that same play call and get into the end zone.
Crossover Radio Sports. Hey, it's Sports Talk with a Purpose, bringing you Piedmont Wildcat football. Hey, let's go ahead and hear from our friends at New Covenant Fellowship in Bethany. We'll be right back.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Up after the touchdown, 14-0 is your score. Piedmont, 6:33 left in the second quarter as Piedmont looks to bring out the defense after this commanding lead. Got it teed up here on special teams. And so here we go. Kicks it deep. Wow, kicks it really deep. And, hey, how about that? How about a touchback? And you know what? Average starting position we've seen in high school football. We've got some excitement for a touchback here. Average starting field position, 38, 35, 40, something like that. And so the weapon of being able to punch it deep and get the other team to start on their 20, one of those things that's sometimes overlooked.
Absolutely, and that's the first time I've seen that from this special teams for the Wildcats. So it's nice to see that they can kick the ball that deep and put it through the back of the end zone.
Game of chess, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta think a couple moves ahead. Here we go. Duncan coming back out after 2 3-and-outs. Piedmont up 14-0, looking to continue to stifle this offense. Little bubble screen pass that is sniffed out by that defense. Open field tackling to loss of, let's call it 5 on the plays. They spotted at the 15. And I tell you what, open field tackling, that's what dreams are made of.
Absolutely. Beautiful play there from number 15, Ethan Shelton. Already has an interception on the season over there in that defensive back position. Read it all the way. Beautiful tackle for loss.
Rice trips to his right. Single up top is the freshman after the big loss on the play. 2nd and 15. Looking to do the hard count to see if we can catch someone sleeping, but Piedmont defense stays home. Handoff is up the middle to get the penalty yardage back. Looking to break something on the right side, and he's got a little bit of an angle to the 30, 35. Hey, how about that run? First down run to the 35 as they find some room to the right side.
Yeah, needed 15, got 20, kind of outflanked the defense there. Thankfully, had Jacob Anglin back there to push him out of bounds and prevent a touchdown there.
Trips to his right is the freshman as he gets the play from the sideline.
Defensive line for the Wildcats, little discombobulated there.
Yeah, and I think Duncan was looking for a penalty. So here we go. Screen pass to the left side. Gain of 5 on the play before. Looks like Wentworth on the tackle.
Yeah,
Brogan Hardy.
Bit of a holding penalty there missed as well as the wide receiver for Duncan, number 1, Preston Giles, kind of held his defender there. Not called, though.
Trips to his right is the freshman, Rice. Looking to get Piedmont napping again. Gets the play call and gets back to shotgun formation. Rice looking to pass, looking to his left, sidearm completed to his left, crosses midfield, tackled at the 45-yard line. And you know what? Rice, I just noticed, has a little bit of a Phillip Rivers-esque kind of little sidearm action to him.
Yeah, real quick motion there. Gets the ball out really, really quickly. And in this type of offense, that bodes well.
Trips to his right. Hurry-up offense here for the freshman. Handoff up the middle, testing the left side now. Looking for a hole. Sneaks past a defender. Looks like he was bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but gained about 5 on the play.
Absolutely, and you cannot dive at your defenders. We've seen that defensively from the Demons. Now we're seeing it defensively from the Wildcats there. Possibly had him down for about a 2-yard gain. Ended up being about a 5-yard gain.
Bryson Brookshire on the carry. Here we go. Hurry-up offense for the freshman Rice. Pistol formation, trips to his right. Single up top. 2nd and 5 coming. 4:30 left in the second quarter. Snap is to Rice, the freshman. Testing the left side is the running back. Needed 5, got 8 on the play. That's the big number 24, Preston Brule, the junior, on the 2nd down carry. And just like that, after 2 3-and-outs, this third drive for Duncan's got something cooking. Pistol formation again as they go to the hurry-up. Rice looking to get, once again, I tell you what, that hard count, man, those hands got to be stinging every time he does that.
Absolutely. I'm surprised we can't hear him clapping up here.
Absolutely. Here we go. Rice getting the play from the sideline. Has what he wants. Shifts into kind of an offset shotgun formation. Rice calling his own number, looking at the left side. Young man, fearless, gets a gain of 8 on that first down play as he calls his own number, and how about that?
Yeah, and that was a heads-up play by him. When he got tackled, he put both hands on the ball because the Wildcats were looking to force that fumble there.
2nd and 2 coming up for Duncan. 3:30 left in the second quarter. Piedmont defense looking to bend but don't break. Handoff up the middle to Brule. Gets a first down as he kind of ping-pongs his way through the offensive line for the first down.
Yeah, it took a big hit there from Brogan Hardy. Did have enough for the first down, though, so they're going to move the chains and get into the red zone here. See a lot of defensive changes here for the Wildcats, getting a lot of personnel in and out pretty much every play.
Rice in shotgun, trips to his right once again. Gets the play from the sideline, communicates that to his line, so here we go. Handoff is to Brookshire, and this time he is swallowed up. And you know what? Talking about those hockey line changes for the defensive side, that time it pays dividends as the fresh legs clearly made a difference on that bottled-up run play.
Absolutely. Got off of their blocks, and then you had 3 Wildcats right there ready to make the tackle. No missed tackles there on that, and keeping them off schedule. 2nd and 10.
Twins to Rice's right. with a little offset H-back here in kind of, they get set shotgun formation. Rice calls his own number on the right side, looking for room, finds room to the 10, to the 5, and where he is met and pushed out of bounds, but not before the first down. Jacob Anglin on the tackle, flag on the play, and we might have a little bit of a hold here.
Yeah, I thought I saw a hold there. I didn't see it called initially. Maybe they retroactively called the call here. We'll have to see what they end up coming with. It did come pretty late.
Yep, hold on the play. And so that first down play negated by the penalty.
Yeah, Talon Owen was there ready to make the tackle, kind of got held up a little bit. The offensive lineman did break contain. He let him go, but I think they ended up still getting that call.
All right, so they're marking off the penalty.
Yeah, it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot.
From the spot, yeah. And so looks like we're coming up with 2nd and let's call it 8 on the play as they get it marked off. So that penalty happened pretty far downfield. Left side trips for the freshman Rice.
That penalty also happened away from the ball, so the Demon coach is not going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, no, I see some stadiums in someone's future. Here we go. Screen pass on the left side. Gain of about 5 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 3. 2:10 left in this second quarter as Piedmont looks to continue the shutout here, but Duncan knocking on the door. Trips to Rice's left as they get lined up in a hurry-up offense. Single closest to us. Going left to right. That was a false start. That wasn't called. And it doesn't matter, though. Bottled up for a short gain. Let's call it a half a yard on the play. Going to bring up 4th and 3. And you got to think the way that this Piedmont offense is going, that Duncan's going to go ahead and go for it here.
Absolutely. Looks like the offense is staying out there. So Coach Cobble for the Demons looking to make the decision to keep the offense out, bringing a big running back in the game.
4th and 2 coming up. That is Brule, the junior. And so Piedmont going to go ahead and talk about it. Looks like they're going to want to try to protect this shutout. Crossover Radio Sports going to come back to you after this message with your 4th down play. We'll be right back.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready.
Set the stage, shall we? 14-0 is your score. Minute 29. Duncan has the ball, looking to score. 4th and 2 in front of them. Piedmont wanting to protect the shutout.
Yeah, changed it up, put Brookshire back out there at running back.
Brookshire is your running back. Trips to his left is a kind of a wildcat formation, looking to get something going. And I tell you what, there's some pride on this Piedmont Wildcat defense.
Absolutely. Brogan Hardy from his linebacker position gets into the backfield, and guess what? No shutout remains as the Wildcats get the stop on 4th down and 2. As you mentioned, Wildcat formation there. Tried to outflank the defense, but Brogan Hardy came from his linebacker position. Beautiful play there defensively for the Wildcats.
And as they get ready to take over on downs at, let's call it the 14-yard line, let's just go back to that defensive play. And I'll tell you what, those 4th down plays deep in your own territory, I mean, you got to think that there's some pep on the step on that defensive side of the football.
Absolutely, and we've seen that all year from these Wildcats. That bend but don't break mentality, and it's paid dividends for them so far 3 games through this season.
Minute 25 left. Let's see what the offense does. Here we go. Handoff is to Wood, testing that right side, falls forward. When have you heard me say that before on Cannon Wood? Gain of 5.
Yeah, nice play offensively. Let's see what Coach Hall decides to do here as the clock is ticking. I think he might have 1 timeout left. Maybe 2 timeouts. I think 1.
I think
so we'll have to see what
yeah.
he decides to do here offensively.
Mars under center on a hurry-up offense, and the handoff is to Wood again, up the middle. That's where he's met. 1st down. Clock will stop as they set the ball and move the chains. But looks like they're just going to see if they can't just pop one on a run here. But if the time runs out, it seems like Coach Hall may be content to take this 2-score lead into the locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way your offense is playing, the way your defense is playing, a 14-0 lead really kind of feels a little bit larger than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Wood in the backfield, and it is a pitch to Lucian testing the left side where he is bottled up and looking to make a move. Loss of a couple on the play, it looks like. And flag comes in because it looks like some people played after the whistle.
Absolutely. We've seen it all night long, and the refs are starting to put an end to it as we had some more extracurriculars after the play there. Not sure what side it's going to be on here.
Okie doke. All right. So Piedmont called for the personal foul. Didn't see it. It looks like I was surprised that was on Piedmont. I know I'm a homer, but looked like there was at least maybe some equal guilt as both sides were kind of playing a little bit after the whistle.
Yeah, it kind of happened in the scrum there. Kind of unfortunate, but this kind of makes the decision a little bit easier for Coach Hall with 36 seconds left, and that's going to put them behind the chains here. And as Coach Hall is kind of trying to get some clarification on the sideline over there about what happened with his team there.
36 seconds left. I would imagine that we have one more play left in this half. What do you think there, Tony?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless the Demons decide to call a timeout here. They do have 2 left, so theoretically they could get the ball back with maybe a little bit of time. We'll have to see what they decide to do. 2nd
and 22 coming up after the penalty, and so here we go. Handoff is to Wood, testing the right side. Padding Stecks. Ball on the turf.
Going to call him down.
Okay. So Cannon Wood dodges the bullet on the fumble.
Yeah, it looks like the far side official. Now they're saying
he's down, but then I'm guessing what they're calling was the fumble, but that Duncan recovered it while his knee was on the ground, and so there you have it. Late turnover in this second quarter, and don't turn over yet here because we got a little drama here in this first half.
Yeah, and the referees pointing up to the press box, telling them to put more time back on the clock. So we'll have to see what they decide to do here. Is they're going to call it a fumble, but recovered and stopped right there at about the 20-yard line. So now the Demons kind of in position here with 2 timeouts to possibly try to get into the half of the score here.
All right, so here is Piedmont now on the defensive side. All of a sudden, got to regroup. Here we go. Rice looking to his right. Flag on the play. Another flag on the play, and yeah, as much as I am a Piedmont holder, that's PI all day long.
Absolutely. He held up his wide receiver there. That's number 15, Ethan Shelton. Kind of grabbed and tried to get on the front side of the receiver there. We'll have to see what the first flag was.
I think it might have been offsides. I think they lined up in the neutral zone here.
Yeah, so 2 penalties there defensively. So Coach Hall definitely not going to be happy about that one.
Oh, no. So there's a illegal formation on Duncan's side. Looks like they didn't get all the men to the line of scrimmage. And so the offsetting penalties bails out Ethan Shelton on the PI. And so kind of reset everything. 3 seconds ticks off the clock. 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Trips to his left, a freshman Rice. Looking to his left, and that little screen pass absolutely sniffed out. Gain of about 2 on the play. And I'll tell you what, those edge defenders, especially those corners on those screen passes, able to get around kind of those wide receiver blocks and stop their man in the backfield.
Absolutely. It forces the Demons to call a timeout here. You got to get the ball out really fast on those screen plays and try to get your offensive player moving quickly. And that ball, that's a long throw to make for a freshman. That's a long throw for anyone to make.
That's a long throw. I'm about to have a 4 in front of my age, and that's a long throw for me.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, that's a long throw for pretty much anybody, whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Yeah, or Tuesday pickup game.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, interesting. Yeah, Coach Hall working the officials a little bit, but especially the DCs over there and your sideline coaches. You got to think they're bringing the Wildcats to the sideline saying, hey, a lot's happened in about 15 seconds of gameplay, but we still control it. Let's calm down. Let's play Piedmont Wildcat defense.
Absolutely. 2nd down. They only have 1 timeout left. Don't let them get out of bounds. Get them down in the field of play. Make them burn that last timeout and force them to make a decision to either stay on the field or possibly try to kick a field goal.
14 seconds left. Here we go. Trips to his left is Rice. Handoff up the middle. And Brookshire just absolutely pinballing his way down to the 2-yard line, to the 1-yard line. Clock's going to stop with the reset of the chains.
Yeah, it looks like the Demons are going to burn their last timeout as well. So 7 seconds left, and that makes the decision easy for the Demons.
Absolutely. So big time 4th down. And you know what? Here's the thing, staying here during the timeout as we get things kind of reset. 14-0 Piedmont is your score, but Duncan at the doorstep. And Tony, you just got to, you have to remember going back to even the El Reno game that you had some goal line stands there. Does Piedmont have one more in them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they do, and I think it benefits them to get a timeout call here from the Demons. You get your defense to the sideline. You kind of regroup. You talk to them. Listen, guys, we've been doing this all year long. It doesn't matter if they're an inch away from the goal line. We're better than them defensively on the defensive line. Get off your block. Make a play. You've been doing it all year long. No reason why you can't do it again.
7 seconds left, and you got to think that Duncan's thinking that this is touchdown or bust.
Absolutely.
They get tackled in the field of play. You got to think there's not going to be enough time for them to reset. And so here we go. Shotgun formation, twins to his right, the freshman, Brookshire in the backfield. Handoff is to Brookshire, testing the left side, and he is stood up, and he is bottled up on the play, and clock reads triple zeros. And how about that for a defense standing tall?
What a beautiful defensive stand. Just like we said, stopped them short of the goal line. Bend but don't break mentality paying off for the Wildcats as they're going to go into the halftime here with the momentum. When all the momentum had shifted over to the Demons, 14-0. Great defensive stand from the Wildcats.
14-0, and we're going to go ahead and take some time during the halftime show, kick it to the studio. 20 minutes of halftime coming up, and then Piedmont gets the ball to start the second half. Crossover Radio Sports is sports talk with a purpose. Simulcast on Squirtle. Hey, we'll see you on the other side of halftime. Stick around.
Diesel Horse works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Diesel Horse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Now is the time to protect your family with Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Internet security is becoming more of a fear every day. Protect your family against malware, viruses, intrusions, cyber attacks, and more. Modern internet deserves modern security. Get the best of both worlds with Pioneer in-home Wi-Fi and the Smart Wi-Fi app. Download the Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app today or visit gopioneer.com for more information.
Radio Sports, it is Sports Talk with a Purpose. Coming back to you with Piedmont Wildcat football. Your second half just right around the corner. Piedmont going to get the ball to start the second half. But let's recap a little bit of the highlights from the first half, Tony. When you think about the first half, you got to think about a couple things. First of all, you got to think about that big Cannonwood run to set up the second touchdown.
Absolutely, yeah. Offensively, doing really well. Weathering the tide. Long drives, especially that opening drive, even though it didn't end in a touchdown. A lot of long drives all night long so far from the offense, staying on schedule, and got 2 touchdowns. The only negative is the fumble to end the half, but you ended up not giving up a touchdown or any points for that matter with the big stop there on first and goal from the 2-yard line with 7 seconds left on the clock.
And that sets up the big play from the first half on the defensive side. It's that Piedmont defense looking at that 0 under the Demons, right?
Yep.
And saying, let's keep it that way.
Absolutely, yeah. And, kind of get the ball to start the second half, or not kind of, but they get the ball to start the second half here. What I'm trying to say is kind of like last week where they got the ball both to start the game and the second half. Same thing happens this week. Different
scenarios.
Same thing.
But the outcome is the same after the pooch onside kick from Piedmont. Now they get the kickoff for real this time. And this is, let's think here. This is the first time they're receiving the ball on a kickoff. So here we go. And high kick from Duncan, fielded, and muffed at the 28-yard line, fallen on by Robles, and it just squirted right through his breadbasket there. Looks like he did recover, but that's going to make your heart stop a little bit.
Absolutely. He kind of took his eyes off the ball, was looking ahead to see if there was any defenders right on top of him, and didn't secure the ball. And you're told, secure the ball first and then make a decision. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with calling a fair catch there from the 35-yard line, or the 27, 28-yard line, I should say. So maybe take a fair catch there, like we mentioned last week.
Yes,
right?
that's the fair catches are your friend. Here we go. Mars under center. Robles stays out there in the backfield. Twins to Mars's right. And so getting the play from the sideline is your quarterback. That's what he wants, and now getting started. Handoff is to Robles, right side, squirts through that defensive line. You think you get him bottled up, Tony, and then he just shoots out the other side. Just incredible run by Robles.
Absolutely. We've been talking all night about ladder drills, sled drill. Well, how about the drill where they run through the pads, and they run through the defenders. And so all these things that we talk about practice-wise paying dividends offensively so far for the Wildcats tonight.
2nd and 2 coming up after the 8-yard run from Robles. Twins to his right from Mars, putting a man in motion, and the handoff is to Robles. Runs right into the pile, needs 2 yards, gets 2 yards exactly to bring up first down.
Yeah, and I see the far side official. He initially had it a little short, and then kind of fell over and was maybe giving us a couple extra yards there. But it looks like they're going to go with the near side official here.
We'll take that lean spot to get the first down. No big deal. End game is the same, to move the sticks. Okay, here we go. Mars under center. Twins to his right once again. Robles in the backfield. Putting a man in motion. The handoff is to that man. That is Houston as he crosses the 45-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. And once again, we're seeing that this Piedmont rushing attack testing all facets of the Duncan defense.
Yeah, and I like the play calls so far in the first half and to start the second half. Both first down plays ended up with about 6 yards in both different plays. One zone dive up the middle, and the other kind of outflanking the defense, trying to get outside.
Twins to his left now, mixing things up from Mars with Robles still in the backfield. Puts Lucian in motion. Robles bounces off a would-be tackler, makes a move, and here we go. To the 40, to the 30. There's no one that's going to catch him. That is Israel Robles with the 50-plus yard touchdown.
No flags on the field. What a beautiful move made there. Had one man to miss, and guess what he did? He put him on skates, had him on the ground, and he had nothing but green grass in front of him. Great opening drive for the Wildcats to start the second half.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, once he found that open grass and had the corner, the afterburners got turned on, and you got to love it. We've been talking about Izzy breaking those plays, finally gets one. You know he's got to feel good on the sideline.
Absolutely, absolutely. All week last week, we kept talking. He's got to make one man miss. He did that tonight, and guess what? Paid off for him. Like you like to say, pay dirt, right?
Absolutely. Here we go. Snap down, kick is up and good. Hey, and just like that, minute and change off the clock. And just like that, 3 scores up, 21-0 are your Wildcats over the Duncan Demons. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. Crossover Radio Sports. It is Sports Talk with a Purpose. We're going to be right back after this.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend.
Minute and change off the clock, and it feels a little weird. You're talking about during the break, Tony, to only have a minute kind of tick off the clock. We're used to 9-minute drives, not these 1.5 minute drives.
Absolutely. 2 big plays, though, and then the final big play there to end it with Robles getting the touchdown from midfield. So that will definitely not take the clock down, but you'll take the score any day.
Every day you take the points. Here we go, and kicked deep again, and the kick is muffed, but picked up crossing the 10-yard line, and he is wiped off of the earth at the 15-yard line. Was the gunner special teams? Oh, my goodness. I thought he got shot into the stratosphere.
That was a massive, massive hit. I didn't see who that was, but you bet when they get back to the sideline, the coaches are going to give him an attaboy for that one.
100%. That was just, he was there, and then he wasn't.
Absolutely. And now off schedule offensively, got to start in their own red zone here at the 15-yard line. So great special teams all around from the Wildcats.
1st and 15 for the freshman Rise. Here is the snap. Twins on either side looking for a pass, and he's getting bottled up, and you're scared. Oh, fumble on the play. That's to get the ball. And we have a defensive. They're calling him down. Okay. I think he was still up. That's okay.
Yeah, slung to the ground there, and it looked like he was going to try to throw the ball, Rice, and unable to get the ball out. But 3 Wildcats there on top of him, get him down, and that's going to be a loss of about 11 on the first down play.
Number 60, we haven't called his name yet tonight, but we just did. That's Talon Owens, the Claw. You know you're scared of the Claw. Here we go. Rice looking for something to happen. Bubble screen on the left, and it is fielded. Tackled at the 10-yard line, getting some of the sack yardage back, bringing up 3rd and long. But let's go back to the play previously. That relentless pass rush gave the freshman all sorts of fits.
Absolutely, and that's what I like to call a coverage sack, because there was nobody open down the field, and Rice had nothing to do. He had nothing going there, and the Wildcats, like I mentioned, 3 Wildcats, including Owen, in the backfield, and putting the pressure on the young man in the backfield for the Demons.
3rd and 14 coming up for Rice. The freshman trips to his right, far hash, and looking to pass, and he's looking for something to happen, and the pressure coming in. There's that man again. Owens gets the ball completed up to the 17-yard line, just over the original line of scrimmage. And I tell you what, that defensive stand brought to you by Talon Owen, who was just absolutely in the freshman's face the entire time.
Absolutely, and had he not had that outlet there in the running back on the pass play there, he would have been sacked again. So great defensive stand there from the Wildcats to start the second half. That defense flying to the ball. I love to see that.
Duncan offense starts out with a 3-and-out to start the half, just like they started the game, and yoinks and away, snap all the way through the back of the end zone, and 2 hands on the head means safety. Defense once again has the entire Duncan side, offense and special teams, just completely discombobulated.
Yeah, the long snapper is going to want that one back. That one was sailed about maybe a good 5 feet over the punter's head, ends up in the back of the end zone, and I feel like we're watching the Iowa Hawkeyes. We see a safety on Friday night. I don't know the last time I've seen a safety happen in real life.
Oh, no, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, was it a couple weeks ago? Iowa wins with was it
Two safeties
and a field goal. That's what it was.
Yeah, 2 safeties and a field goal. So
I tell you what, that's exciting football right there.
Absolutely, Big Ten football, a little bit of defense, and we're seeing some of that grit from the Wildcats tonight defensively so far. Got the Demons just discombobulated.
100%. I know a coach out west that might not be too excited about that kind of gridiron, hard-nosed football.
Yeah, we won't talk about that guy.
Yeah, no,
not around here.
Not around here, and not while on the air.
Absolutely.
Because I'll be liable to say something that maybe an FCC, if we were subject to that, would have a conversation with me.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there.
Oh, goodness. So after the safety, free kick coming from the 20, and you got it. I mean, look, when it rains, it pours for Duncan, and not that we're upset about it, but you had that just smothering, relentless defensive stand for Piedmont. You got the Yoingson away safety, and now you're going to end up with just amazing field position coming up.
Absolutely, and just, I'm sure they were told this last time, but secure the ball, call a fair catch if you have to, but in this case you don't want to because you're going to end up with good field position no matter what. So, but secure the ball and just get what you can. Don't get fancy. You're going to end up in good field position. Just get what you can here from special teams.
Ball's teed up at the 20-yard line after the safety. And kicker, I guess, contemplating the meaning of life as they're getting set up here.
We've got a flag down here from the head official all the way in the Piedmont backfield for special teams here at about the 45-yard line. Not sure what happened.
Yeah. Do you have to have even numbers on either side of the field?
Yeah, I don't know. The ref looked up and waved the flag and picked it up. So,
okay, I guess the ref didn't get enough screen time. Here we go. Kick is deep. And fielded at the 35 is Houston, testing the right side. And if he gets a block, he might have a return, crosses the 50 into the 45, gets into the scrum, and then leaks out for another 5 yards. And I tell you what, yards after catch, that's something that seems to be contagious, that yards after contact.
Absolutely. Great return there from Houston. Got outside, needed to make a few man miss, but got into the scrum and ended up getting positive yardage out to about the 45-yard line. So you're going to be in plus territory to start this offensive drive for the Wildcats.
Just looking down here at the Duncan sideline, got a flat screen where they're going through the plays, and I'm sure the freshman Rice is looking at it like, hey, that number 60, you might want to put a hat on him. He seems to know where I live. Here we go.
Yeah, these Demons, they have all the technology.
I'm telling you what. Or they're watching Big Hero 6. I haven't decided which way we're going on this one. Mars under center. Disney not a sponsor, but you could be. Back to pass, looking to pass. Puts it downfield. No, just underthrowed. Lucian, your intended receiver. Nobody around him. Credit Mars on the pocket presence to get the ball off and avoid the rush. Just needed a little bit more on the pass.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back. Kind of was still moving and throwing against his body. If he sets his feet there in the pocket, just outside the pocket, he probably hits Lucian in stride, and that's a touchdown.
Once again, talking about it, Mars starting to slow down the game in the passing game. Not quite there yet, but once that connects, another weapon in this offense. Second down run to Wood on the left side on the zone read to get about 4 yards on the play, bringing up 3rd and 6. And so once again, testing out these wrinkles. Now that you're up 3 scores, this is where you can start seeing some things that you don't want to show too much, but you also want to see some things in gameplay, like that little post pattern from Mars.
Yeah, and I love that play call on first down. You smell blood in the water, you go for 6 again, and you're inches away from just putting a nail in the coffin.
Mars under center once again, putting a man in motion. The handoff is fake handoff to Wood. And the quarterback keeper, Mars, gets another 4 yards on the play. Decision time coming. 4th and 3, ball on the 35. Kind of no man's land again. You're not going to get a whole lot of net on the punt. Might as well go for it, and you're kind of on schedule here.
Yeah, and the way this defense is playing for the Wildcats, I think it's an easy decision to make here. Keep the offense on the field. You should be able to pick up 3 yards. If you don't, you're still in good shape. So.
Timeout on the field as Duncan wants to talk about it. We're going to take it with him. Crossover Radio Sports. Hey, Sports Talk with a purpose. Hey, we're going to be right back right after this. Stick around.
And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care, We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Sports Talk with a Purpose. 4th down play coming up, and no decision for Coach Hall. He's going to go ahead and leave his offense out there and go for it.
I would expect to see maybe that same quarterback sneak play here.
Here we go. Wood under center and draws them off sides. How about that for the savvy, wily veteran junior, Josh Mars, to pull him off sides with the hard count?
Absolutely, and they've been doing it all night. They've been trying to get him off sides, but now the defense for the Demons is thinking, right? Oh, they're going to run that same play again, that quarterback draw. Now we're going to try to jump this count here and keep them from getting this first down. Well, you just gave them a free one.
Credit Coach Hall on the coaching of the offense here to make sure that they stay home. Here we go. Mars back to pass, looking left, throwing left, and that is a Josh Mars. Was that a passing touchdown? Lane Whitworth, it's my money, and I need it now, finding pay dirt.
Oh, what a beautiful play. Had all the time in the pocket, and look at that. Sets his feet, and Lane Whitworth, the sophomore, wide open, touchdown Wildcats. What a play.
Hey, second touchdown pass for Lane Whitworth on the year. How about all that?
Absolutely. That kid is a stud offensively. And you know what's funny about that? I saw him today in school, and I said, are you going to catch a touchdown pass tonight? And he said, you bet. There it is.
A man of his word. Love that when people do what they say they're going to do. Lane Whitworth naming it and claiming it on the touchdown. Snap down. Kick is up on the extra point. Hey, just like that, 7:19 left in the third quarter. How about this high-octane, fast-scoring Piedmont offense? What do you think about that, Tony?
I love it. I love it. You chew clock in the first half, and just when you think you know what we're going to do, Coach Hall says we're just going to call an audible on you, and we're going to score 2 times real quickly, plus get a safety. 7:19 left to go, and here we're talking about a 29-0 game.
30-0 after, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so,
30-0, yeah.
Yeah, no, sure, yeah, 23 plus 7. No, that math checks out.
Yeah, I'm not a math teacher.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly.
If you didn't know that, but yeah.
I'm taking. Let me put my shoes back on. Need some more fingers here. So.
Absolutely.
But sticking here through the break here, Tony. I mean, we're talking about it. So up comfortably, up four plus scores, right?
Right.
Or 3 scores with a bunch of 2-point conversions, if we want to do that kind of math. What I like about this is you don't want to, necessarily embarrass the opponent. You want to be good sportsmen. However, these post patterns, opening up some wrinkles in actual gameplay, that's something that's going to serve this Piedmont Wildcat offense quite well going forward.
Absolutely it is.
Kick is off, fielded at the 1-yard line. And once again, the special teams all of a sudden, ball on the field. Here we go, scrum
Looks
for
like
the
Wildcats
ball.
got it.
Piedmont Wildcat sideline jumping up and down, saying that it's Wildcat football. No call. There's the call. Piedmont Wildcat offense, get your helmets back on. You're needed once again on the field.
Wow, fumble on the play. The special teams has
Special
just been
teams.
killer for one team tonight and just absolutely fantastic for the other. It's a tale of 2 tapes tonight as far as we talk about special teams, and that's a killer special teams play there from the Demons, as they were going to start in good field position there. They had a lot of green grass in front of them there and fumble the ball forward, and the Wildcats take over on the 30-yard line in plus territory, as it looks like the Demons are going to call another timeout here.
I tell you what, if you're going to carry the ball like a loaf of bread, don't be surprised if someone comes and just pops it right out.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what happened. Came from the backside, punched it right out of the back, fell on it forward. Thankfully, there's a couple of Wildcats there, only one Demon there, and the Wildcats end up getting the ball out of the scrum.
Talking to Duncan here again, I mean, this is one of those times you got to think coach is on the sideline. Head coach Bobby Cook is on the sideline. He's like, hey, I've had nightmares like this where you're running in mud and the monster's chasing you and I can't get up and I keep falling. And or those who have experienced the service industry as waiters. Is like I have 11 tables and all of them need extra catch up and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
This has got to be reflective of one of those dreams.
Yeah, just everything's just kind of snowballed. One thing happens, it started in this second half with the safety, with the 2 sacks in a row, and then now it's just kind of snowballed out of control for them defensively, offensively, special teams, everything.
Robles in the backfield once again. Play action pass, looking to get something down the field. Rolling left, throwing up it. How about more Whitworth? It's my money, and I need it now. Touchdown.
What a play again. Whitworth with nobody near him, standing alone in the backfield, in the end zone, all the way down the field. And how about Josh Mars to evade the tackle, get outside the pocket, and he didn't miss his receiver this time, puts it right on him. Touchdown Wildcats. My goodness, what are we watching here?
I have no one play, one score. 20 seconds has ticked off the clock since. What am I watching here? What is going on right here? 36-0 pending the extra point in this just high-octane Wildcat offense. Snap down, kick up, and good. And Tony, I'm calling for Piedmont, right? That's what I'm doing?
Absolutely. I feel like the Wildcats are like sharks in the water right now. They smell blood. They see blood. They're going for the nail in the coffin, and I think they might have done it just now.
So let's talk about that touchdown pass. First of all, you mentioned it, Mars rolling to his left, which is he's a left-handed quarterback, so definitely towards his strong side. Evades the rush, stays calm. We talked about it. Mars slowing down the game in the passing game allows him to look downfield, 7-Elevens weren't as open as Whitworth down the field.
Absolutely. My goodness, I love it. That's awesome. You said it. I mean, there wasn't a defender within 10, 15 yards of him. They've got to do something defensively. I'm sure the coaches are telling them, like, how? I mean, I just don't know how. I guess I can see how with the way the offense runs. You run in a predominantly run offense that you're going to be able to get one or two of those plays, but that's 2 in a row that wide open receivers in with nobody around them, not even 10, 15 yards from them.
Ball is teed up for the kickoff. 37-0, 7:03 left in the third quarter. Do not adjust your TV sets because that is, in fact, the score this Piedmont offense has come to play in the second half. Fielded at the 5-yard line, Duncan looking to make something happen. Bottled up right there at the 20-yard line. Big time. Scrum looks like flag on the play. Couple flags on the play.
Four or five flags out there.
I think that perhaps we got a little bit too excited on the Piedmont side and looked to maybe create one more turnover and then kind of got a little over our skis, though.
Yeah, a little bit of extracurriculars after the play there. We'll have to see what the refs decide to do because, I think it was a little bit on both sides, but definitely initiated probably from this Wildcat special teams looking to get another turnover.
Yeah, that's the problem with sometimes smelling blood in the water is that you became a shark and then you look to bite someone's leg off.
Yeah, and we'll have to see, but it looked like that was, for the Wildcats, looked to be number 40, Reed Smith. That's a freshman out there on special teams. So
let's see, dead ball, personal foul on Piedmont. And so let's talk about this from Coach Hall's perspective. On one hand, hey, love your passion, right? You want them to play tough. You want them to be ball hawks. You want them to look to get, to press your advantage. But also it's like, hey, you got to stay within yourself. There's a fine line between aggressive and too aggressive.
Yeah, had them bottled up there in negative territory, and that penalty is going to move this all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So a decent field position to start for the Demons.
1st and 10 for Rice. Handoff up the middle to Brookshire, looking for something in the middle. Bounces outside, and Cannon Wood decides that he has gone far enough. Gain of a little bit, gets up, does a little peacocking, and the ref is actually looking to maybe put a stop to some of this, And again, you don't want to taunt, but you also have to let them, be teenagers a little bit. I think that's a little bit of a quick flag. Again, I'm a homer, but we'll see what the call is here.
Yeah, it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, it's going to be on. Duncan.
Yeah, so down here on the near side, or on the far side from the play happening, there were some extracurriculars happening there with the Wildcats defensive line and the offensive line for the Demons, and I think that's where that penalty comes from.
I missed it. I was paying attention to where the ball was.
So Jesse Knapp was involved in that, defensive lineman for the Wildcats, and I think that's where the penalty ended up coming from. He got up and kind of had to put his shoe back on, so I think maybe his shoe got taken off, and just
perhaps,
some extracurricular activities
perhaps
happening.
Forcibly relocated beyond his person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trips to his right is the freshman Rice. And how about a false start from the slot receiver? Got to know the snap count when you get to the huddle. And so now 2nd and 25 turns into 2nd and 30, and it's at this point where I hit the reset button on the PlayStation.
Absolutely, yeah. You just reset it and you start over, because if you get to this point, things are not going well.
Yeah, not a whole lot of options in the 2nd and 30 section of your playbook here, and so Duncan, you don't want to kick dirt when a guy's down or something like that. But there's some things definitely where you've seen some flashes. But you've also seen that this is a very young team. So here we go. Rice, hand up the middle. Brookshire looking for something to happen right up the middle. And he is knocked down at the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 10 on the play, still bringing up 3rd and 20. So still lots of field in front of him to get that first down.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good play offensively. You kind of get some of that yardage back, but you're still in 3rd down and about the distance between Piedmont and Duncan. So maybe not that far.
That's a good one. I like it. Rice in the shotgun. Took me a second to get that one. Trying the left side is Brookshire. Hey, guys, whistle that down. Come on. A little slow on the whistle, but forward progress. A gain of about 2 on the play for Brookshire. As that, once again, the right side of that Piedmont defense decides to stand tall. But once again, look, this defense, you got to throw something at them more than just running right at them, because that's exactly playing into the Wildcats' hand.
Absolutely. But like you mentioned, there's not much you can do there offensively when you're, 3rd and 1 million. So, try to get some of that yardage back and give your punter a little bit more room back there. And hopefully, good snap this time.
Lined up in the punt formation, still a high snap. He had to get it, do a little hop to get it there. Kick bounces at the 50, takes a Duncan bounce, and then kicks up like my 3-iron. And that is where Piedmont will take over at the 44-yard line. Crossover Radio Sports. Hey, Sports Talk with a Purpose. Hey, we're going to be right back. Let's hear again from our friends at F&M Bank.
Locations in central Oklahoma.
Crossover Radio Sports, and here is the play. Left side, testing the left side of that play. No gain on the carry for Cannon Wood coming out of the punt there. 2nd and let's call it 9. They're going to give him a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a new running back in the game, number 20, Will Geiger for the Wildcats.
Okay.
A 6'1 junior. It looks like number 20 from up here. It's kind of hard to see, but I think that is a new running back in the backfield there.
I think you're right. I think they're giving haven't seen him before, and so got thrown off there a little bit. And so I tell you what, he's built like Cannon Wood too, though. Here we go. Josh Mars completes it to the right side. The southpaw pass completed to that's number 18, Cade Kaufman. Gain of, let's call it 6 on the play. And how about this intermediate passing game?
Yeah, I mean, Josh Mars, he's on one tonight offensively throwing the ball. He looks a lot better. He's obviously been putting in some work these last few weeks, getting prepared for this. I love the wrinkles that Coach Hall is adding into the playbook here.
3rd and 4 on the play. Ball at midfield. Mars under center. Handoff is to Geiger. Short gain on the play. Let's call it 2. That's going to bring up 4th and 2. Decision time for Coach Hall. 37-0. I expect the offense to stay out here on the field, to continue to work on some of the wrinkles that we've been talking about.
Yeah, especially the way the defense has been playing all night. Just keep your offense out there, because even if you end up giving the ball away here, it's about midfield, and the way the defense has been playing. Really an easy decision here.
Bunch formation in that flex bone for Mars, looking to maybe get some cheap 5 yards. Hey, it worked before. Mars looking to the sideline, play clock ticking down, and you know what? This feels like they're going to go ahead and take a timeout. It looks like they were looking to maybe see if they could catch someone napping and then take the timeout. And I expect Mars in the backfield to do that rugby style punt.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Maybe try to get them caught off sides there and try to get an extra free 5 yards like they did on the last possession. But looks like they still got a decision to make, but I agree they would probably end up with the Josh Mars punt.
Yeah, exactly. And staying here through the break here is that again, at some point, discretion is the better part of valor. You're up by a million jillion. I mean, it might as well be infinity at this point, the way this defense is playing. And I think credit the freshman Rice throughout the game on the Duncan side, but I think this defense has finally just basically figured him out and said, hey, we can basically do what we want. And so don't want to rub their nose in it. I expect that Coach Hall is going to send Mars out to do that punt and kind of take the high ground here.
Absolutely, and I got to give some credit to Coach Dillard tonight. He's called a great game offensively, offensive coordinator for the Wildcats. Him and his staff and really defensive staff, everybody across the board, coaching staff wise, has really called a great game tonight from start to finish. The Wildcats just everything is humming tonight. This is a well-oiled machine. About 4 games into the season, look a lot better than they did at this point last year.
100%. And so, well, here we go. I expected the punt, but Mars lining up in the offense. Let's see what happens here. Mars getting the play under center, and handoff is to the left side. That's Lucian testing the left side. First down for Piedmont, and there you go.
Yeah, breaking 2 tackles in the backfield and then just outflanking the defense, and you only needed about 3 yards, ended up getting about 4.5 on that play. So great play call there. Once again, mixing it up. I love the play call.
Well, great play call on fourth down, and then once again, such a fine line, especially this time of year, getting that play, that on-field experience to make sure that you kind of get battle tested before you enter into conference play. Handoff to Wood. Oh, it's a pitch. Sorry, to Houston, right side, looking for the corner. Gain of 9 on the play, taken down at the 35-yard line. And, you're talking about the complete game, and I just want to go back to that last play of the first half. And, we talk about how important the momentum is. Tony, talk about this as the defense stands tall, how this Piedmont team, it looks like they've been able to use that as a catapult into this half.
Absolutely, they have. I mean, you talk about it. We possibly had some momentum shifting into the Demon side, and then you keep the momentum on your side, and then it's been all gears firing offensively and defensively to start the second half.
Handoff up the middle to Cannon Wood. Gets the first down. Needed 1, got 2. And so moving the sticks there, wrestled down by Duncan. And once again, I mean, this is just having your way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's not much else to say offensively for the Wildcats. Just really getting anything they want offensively. Not even that, just throwing the ball too. I mean, you talk about that. I mean, Josh Mars tonight too, throwing the ball, which you don't normally talk about. He's played a well game all around.
Minute 30 and counting in the third quarter. Mars back to pass, looking to his left, throwing to his left. Complete. Oh, looks like it's going to be incomplete. And this is where you got a little bit too over your skis. Josh Mars on the wheel route leaves his receiver out to dry a little bit, Houston. And this is where Mars will need to actually start to learn to grow a little bit to make sure that, hey, put it on time, but make sure you also don't leave your guy out to dry. He got smoked.
Yeah, kind of let the play develop a little bit. And Houston was open, but the Demons kind of snuffed that out. They had a safety back ready to pounce on that play, and they did that and able to force the incomplete pass.
Credit to Houston. He actually almost came down with that and kept it. Just kind of popped in at the last minute, but here we go. Mars under center with the play action fake toss, and then he tosses it to the running back and finds a seam on the right side all the way down to the 10-yard line. First down, huge chunk play. Stop me if you've heard this before, Tony.
Absolutely. There's motor number 22, Jacob Anglin, getting the pitch play, moving his feet all the way down, trucking people, almost gets himself into the end zone. Talking about another running back who we haven't talked about tonight so far is Anglin getting some action into the game as well.
First and goal from the 9-yard line coming up for this Piedmont offense. Wood in the backfield, singles on either side for Mars. Handoff. Oh, a fake handoff, and the give is to Anglin again, all the way down to the 1-yard line, looking to get Anglin to finish the job. Almost does. Gain of 8 on the play, stopped just short of the goal line. And I'll tell you what, these play actions are starting to even fake me out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Same play call there. Get Anglin out on the ends and able to make one man miss in the form of another truck, and happened to have one extra demon there to take him down, and possibly could have reached forward for the end zone there, but second down and goal here from about the 1.5-yard line. So see if the Wildcats go with a zone dive here, or that play where they go right up the middle.
Mars broken play. They looked like they were looking to maybe get England to pay dirt, but Mars goes ahead and keeps it, takes it up the middle, and trots right into the end zone for another touchdown.
Yeah, I kind of thought that they'd go with that quarterback sneak play again, but like you mentioned, a broken play there. The defensive lineman kind of jumped, was in the backfield before Mars could hand the ball off, and he just kind of held on to it. And once again, a savvy play from the quarterback there, and had nothing but the red end zone in front of him, and ended up with another 7.
Once again, singing the praises of Josh Mars here as he goes in for the touchdown. My favorite thing about sophomores,
they turn into juniors.
100%. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. And just like that, Piedmont Route 44 Cherry Limeade, Duncan 0, as this Piedmont team is absolutely just having a day today.
Absolutely. 6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. I feel like this third quarter's lasted longer than the whole first half.
Absolutely. You know, when you start air raid football on the Piedmont side, that tends to happen. So they're getting lined up for the kickoff. We'll take a break with them. Crossover Radio Sports. Hey, it's Sports Talk with a Purpose. We'll be right back.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Simulcast on Squirtle. Thanks for joining us there. If you're watching at home or wherever you may be, or to all of our sailors at sea, I don't know. How's that go? I don't remember.
You rhymed there. That was
yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Might get you start writing some poems.
Yeah. That's about the extent. Roses are red, bacon is red. Poems are hard, bacon. Here we go. Line up after the kickoff, after the touchdown. Big high kick there, looking to find the soft spot. Bounces at the 20 and fielded at the 15, and he is bottled up right there at the 20. And I'll tell you what, the Piedmont special teams, especially on the kickoff, it seems like they're even testing some of the little wrinkles out there that are maybe not necessarily the big plays that you notice, but definitely could pay dividends.
Yeah, the pooch kick to start the game, and then you see them go from that to a deep kick all the way to the end zone. They've done that 3 or 4 times, and then now you see kind of that intermediate one, and you kind of get the special teams on the other side thinking as they let that ball bounce at the 20-yard line. Thankfully, able to field it, but once again, going to end up with not good field position to start this drive. Yeah,
it seems like you're seeing every club in the bag. You got the pitching wedge with that pooch bunt. You got the big dog putting it down all the way to the goal line, and that looked like kind of that 4-iron, kind of that intermediary bounce at the 20. And so hey, the more you can give. Not just this team, but even film on the next team is like you have to think about not only what we're doing on offense, we're adding those wrinkles, not only what we're doing on defense, but even special teams. And that is honestly, I'm just impressed. That is the hallmark of a well-coached team.
Absolutely, and you don't see a lot of that in the first 2 games of the season, so it's really nice to see this coaching staff introduce these little wrinkles as they move forward. And like I mentioned, this is a well-oiled machine. 4 games into the season, if the Wildcats keep playing like this, they do have a pretty tough stretch coming after next week. They got homecoming, but after that, you really start getting to that tough stretch of the schedule, and it's going to pay off.
Trips to the right for Rice, hand up the middle. Look like Burkhoff on the carry. Let's call it a gain of 3 on the play. Actually, it's a new running back. That's number 26, Tavion Holland, another freshman, getting some valuable experience here. Trips to his right, Rice looking to throw, looking to his right, looking, rolling, and cuts it right up field again. Interception on the play. That is number 25 on the interception as Rice broke the cardinal rule of being quarterback, of throwing it against your body across the field.
Yeah, he had a lot of green grass in front of him, and that's a freshman mistake right there. Throws the ball across the middle of the field. Luckily, Brogan Hardy right there, ready to pounce on the interception. And dud. Words are hard.
He did dud.
Words
he did
are hard.
dud. Did it?
But yeah, no, right there to pounce on the ball. Interception. Wildcats right back in action to the 30-yard line in plus territory.
And that's exactly. I mean, look, you got to appreciate. And Rice, look, for anybody, but especially a freshman, has had some really impressive plays, some impressive throws. That's one where the Duncan team is going to sit him down and say, hey, buddy, there's one rule of quarterback. Don't throw across your body. Don't throw it into all of the traffic.
Yeah, take what you can get there. You're going to pick up 4 or 5 yards, possibly the first down if you end up running the ball there, but looking for a little bit too much there offensively.
Yeah, handoff on the last play for Piedmont, gain of 3, just right up the middle as they get going here after the interception. And that looks like a new quarterback on the field. That looks like number 4. Yeah, Brady Tabor.
Little extracurriculars once again there as this new offensive line as well. Pancake blocking. We talk about it down the field. This happened in the backfield, though, this time about 10 yards behind the play.
Yeah, and so we're seeing a whole kind of almost like a hockey line shift. I mean, at this point, this game well in hand, and so starting to see some more players get experience, including Tabor here. 1st and 10 coming up. Ball on the 20, handoff up the middle as they continue to move the ball forward. That's number 22, Will Geiger, on the carry. You love to start seeing it, and this has got to be a great feeling for Coach Hall, looking at your studs like Mars, like Hall, like Robles, like Lucian, like Houston, and saying, hey, congratulations, your night is done. Let's get some of these other kids on the field.
Absolutely, and that's so valuable to a coach to be able to get your other running backs and your other quarterbacks and kind of your B squad in this game and get them some valuable experience in a good 5A matchup here.
Absolutely. So here we go. 9:58 left in the game as Piedmont has this game well under control and the ball as they get some experience here. Little timeout on the play. Looks like it was an official timeout. As they get kind of things figured out.
Looks like we've got a player down for the Demons here on the
other
other side.
Here we go. That's what it is. Yeah, and they're lining up like they started lining up like they were about to start playing. So,
it looks like his shoe might have came off, and he's
that's what it looks like. It's an equipment thing here. So they're going to go ahead and pull him on. I don't know if they even know what they're doing at this point. This is, you got to feel for Duncan. This game is kind of just came whirling out of control here for them. But here we go. Handoff of play action there, and Tabor keeps the ball right side. Gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, I credit the young man there. Took a big hit, but got right back up and was able to get positive yardage on the play, which is going to kind of set you up for that kind of intermediate. It's about 3rd and about 4.5 here.
Yeah,
for the
3rd and 4 here, and so once again, you're getting some experience to some guys down your bench here. Tabor being one of them, Geiger as well. Singles on either side. And the handoff is the Geiger left side, big hole, and he is in the touchdown. And even the B squad starting to get some taste as well.
Absolutely. Once again, zone dive, nobody there. I mean, oh my goodness, that hole, we could have probably drove a Mack truck through that hole right there that this offensive line just created for Geiger. Nothing but green grass and the red end zone in front of him, and another 7 for the Wildcats.
And I tell you what, I mean, there's one when things are clicking. I mean, when everything that you're doing seems to just be just finding the results that you want to. You got to think that this drive back home to Piedmont's going to be a pretty exciting one.
Absolutely. You don't like the drives back when you lose in a competitive match, but the drive back tonight, these kids are going to be over the moon as the Wildcats just. I mean, what are we watching? This is the kind of score you see in like a 6A matchup with two spread offenses. We got a flex bone offense up here putting up 51 points on the board.
Like the old ball coach said, we hung a half 100 on them and starting to put things together. 9-12 left in the ball game. It is Piedmont 51, and you got to think that Piedmont defense is looking at that 0 and saying, "Hey, we're 9 minutes away from pitching a shutout." That's got to be a point of pride here.
Absolutely, especially considering that to start to the end of this first half, the Demons had the ball on the 1.5-yard line with first down with 7 seconds and no timeouts, and the Wildcats stand. And, you go into halftime up 14-0, and then you end the game, and, it's kind of just snowballed out of control as the Wildcats, on top 51-0, especially considering that they only scored 14 points in the first two quarters.
Yeah, I mean, yes, this is kind of incredible, and you gotta think that when it's time to review some game film, that there's going to be a lot of really good things that they're going to point out here.
Absolutely, there has been a few negative things, and you can look to some of those things offensively and defensively. But for the most part, all night long, like I mentioned, well-oiled machine has just been clicking on all cylinders tonight.
And as we're talking about this, and look, clearly not only Duncan, young team, a bit overmatched by this veteran squad here for Piedmont. But I think, especially as you enter conference play, you celebrate this win and you celebrate the confidence that it builds. Bumped into the returners there on the kickoff return, fielded at 25. Finishing my thought here is that you got to think right now, great problem to have for Coach Hall, but to say, hey, confidence is great. Overconfidence, though, is a killer.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned, you go back home next week. You got Southeast at homecoming. A favorable matchup there. But then you really start the gauntlet. You got Carl Albert on the schedule. You got the big team in 5A this year. You got Bishop McGuinness on the schedule. You got to go to Bishop McGuinness this year. Yeah. So you kind of go through the gauntlet of the schedule. So it's really good to build confidence right throughout the season. And so far the Wildcats every single week has built confidence. You go on the road in week 1, tough loss, but guess what? Since then, they've just been building confidence week in, week out, and they're going to continue to do that.
A lot of great things that they're building here. Snap for Duncan, handoff up the middle. And this just feels like, hey, Duncan looking to chew clock on their own to see if we can't run this clock and for them to get to the locker room as well. But again, starting a freshman for Duncan, you got to think, hey, a lot of really great things and a lot of things to build on here.
Absolutely, and like you mentioned earlier, the young man's played well tonight. He's made a few mistakes, but for the most part, he's thrown the ball well. You just haven't had a whole lot of things go your way tonight, offensively, defensively, special teams for the Demons. So
Rice looking to his left, rolling to his left, and completes to his left. Everything you own is in a box to your left.
I love the reference there.
Yeah, gain of 5 on the play here. And, here's one of the things, talking about the Rice, the young man, the freshman here. He's got that Phillip Rivers delivery, man. I just tell you what, I love that.
Absolutely. I like the way the young man throws the ball.
3rd and 2, handoff up the middle, and he is met right there at the 35-yard line. Going to be close to the spot. Looks like they're going to give him the spot here for the first down. And he got it, but not by much.
Yeah, Wildcat defense went for the hit stick there and kind of whiffed a little bit, made contact, but able to push forward for the first down.
Trips to his right. Rice looking to draw them off sides, but Piedmont stays home. Now gets the play, moving his running back to the left side in the shotgun formation. Here we go. Snap is to the right, and it is gobbled up. The handoff. Hold on. Breaks out of the tackle, and they don't blow it dead. And he gets to
about the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage, and gain of about 2 on the play. What was throwing me off is that our down marker read 4th, but it was 4th and 10. I was like, come on, help me out. I'm just a simple country lawyer over here, man. I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, I had it bottled up in the backfield there and didn't finish the tackle. You say play to the whistle, right? Obviously, the whistle was not blown. Kind of throw him away instead of playing through the whistle there.
And that's one of those things. Snap is to Rice. Bubble screen on the left makes a man miss. Gets back to the line of scrimmage where an open field tackle there for minimal gain on the play. But going back to the previous play, this is talking about it. confidence versus overconfidence. You know these things on the side of your shoulders? They're called arms. You want to go ahead and use those to wrap people up.
Yeah, just kind of slung the running back away and was able to actually get positive yards there on that first down.
Here is Rice looking to his left, throwing to his left. Got a man and comes, broken up. Is number 22 on the play, the safety, but had the wheel route, and credit Anglin on the closeout to break up that pass because that was open before Anglin had that closing speed.
Absolutely. You know, we call him motor, and he put his motor to use there as he was able to cover a lot of ground from that safety position, kind of that person that is meant to be in that spot right there to cover that over the top, and definitely did his job and had a chance to intercept the ball there.
Yeah, it looks like actually the receiver acted as a little bit of a defensive back there to break up the play. Here's the snap on the punt on the fourth down play. Almost gets to it again. And clear out for Anglin. Duncan bounces. It rolls all the way down to the 1 yard line. How about that for a special teams play?
Hey, that's about one really good positive thing that's happened that's kind of rolled their way tonight is that ball bounced all the way down from about the 30-yard line all the way to the 1 yard line. And credit the special teams there to pin the Wildcats deep in their own end.
Crossover Radio Sports Talk with a Purpose. Going to go ahead and take a quick break. 6:36 left. Hey, Piedmont up 51. Duncan Demons 0. We'll be right back after this.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast
Radio Sports. Hey, you wanted some experience? You got it, young man. Brady Tabor still out there, second-string quarterback, and his lining up in the end zone. And here we go, getting out of the shadow. Handoff is to the left. Can't see the number, but gets a gain of let's see what. Maybe 1 on the play. And Tony, let's talk about this experience for this young man. Hey, you're lined up at the 1. Hey, I think Coach Hall's looking at him and saying, hey, what do you got for me?
Absolutely, and looks like Will Geiger still in the backfield for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can kind of get out of the back of the end zone here as they're looking to draw the defense off sides, and we do have a penalty on the far
and
side.
And it is a false start. You know what? That's fine because you know what? You move that ball about 4 inches. And then reset that second down. So I'm taking that all day long. You know, Tabor looking at the guy above his depth chart and seeing if he can't catch someone sleeping.
Yeah, absolutely. Just going to move the ball back to the original line of scrimmage here as they don't have a whole lot of room to work with there.
Yeah, half the distance to the goal. And it's 2nd and 10 ball on the 1 yard line here, and valuable experience for the young man here. Wants to make sure they fields it cleanly. Handoff up the right side, gain of about, let's call it 4 on the play. Gets it up to about the 5 yard line. So good run by the running back. Was it Geiger?
Yeah, I believe that's number 20, Will Geiger, still in the game at the B-back position. So, you really just kind of want to get some yardage here and possibly give your punter a little bit more room if you end up punting on 4th down here.
Tabor in the backfield as well, Geiger with him as they look to bring someone off sides.
Yeah, we do got a penalty flag on the near side here, as it does look like he is going to call an offsides penalty here. So that's going to move the ball up about 5 yards for the Wildcats and make it 3rd down and manageable here.
Yeah, and not only that, what you were talking about, giving some room from the for the punter, and also getting out of the shadow of your own goalpost a little bit. I mean, look, the experience is that hey, when your toes are on the other side of the goal line as quarterback, I mean that's when you have to really dial in.
Absolutely, and this makes it this kind of you can open the playbook now, 3rd down and short. Back on schedule with the 5 yard penalty.
Tabor in the backfield with Geiger as the running back. Here we go under center, and the handoff is to Geiger, testing the left side. Look to spin into the center. Minimal gain, if anything, on the play. 4th and let's call it 2 coming up. And so here we go.
Let's see if we get first action. And it looks like they're going to maybe bring Mars back into the game to punt this ball. I see him on the sideline over close to Coach Hall maybe putting his helmet on. So we'll have to see what they decide to do.
Yeah, it looks like the punt team is coming on. And I tell you what, I mean, you got to think that if you went for it and missed and that ended up in cheap points on the defense, you got to think that that 0 underneath the home scoreboard is very important to this defense.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So Wildcats in punt formation and see what they can do with their feet in the end zone as we're going to get another penalty here. Looks like it's going to be a delay
of game. Yeah. So didn't get lined up in time. A little bit late decision on the punt, so that's going to back them up about half the distance to the goal to right at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I can't tell that number. It looks like 24. If that's 24, that's the wide receiver Lane Whitworth back there to punt. I can't tell if it's 14 or 24. It looks like 24 to me.
Yeah, I can't see that far. That's a million miles away. You might as well be on Mars. Oh, high snap that's fielded, almost disastrous for the shutout, but does get it off, and that takes a Duncan roll to the 32-yard line. And once again, one of those things, hey, when you're that close to the goal line, valuable experience to make sure, hey, you got to stay dialed in if you want to keep that 0 and credit the punter on fielding that and getting it away.
Yeah, it almost looked like the same situation, same end zone earlier whenever Duncan threw the ball out of the back of the end zone. And so the Wildcats able to jump up, and now the Demons in good field position here in plus territory to start this drive.
Defense is going to need to stand tall if they want to keep the shutout. They want to. Here we go. Rice under center or in the shotgun. This is going to be played dead because it's going to be a false start because basically everyone was kind of moving like it was arena football. And so 2nd and 10 turns into 2nd and 15.
Yeah, they had their ex-receiver, the far side receiver, moving in motion, and he was moving when the ball was still snapped. He had not got set. So.
Well, not only that, but also the slot receiver here on the near side was, like I said, it was dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Yeah, that's when the ref says false start on everybody on the offense except the center.
Everybody but the center. Here we go. Twins on either side. Rice still in at quarterback for Duncan. Here is the snap, 1st and 15, handoff up the middle, and is swarmed. Plays called dead, but Talon Owen, the claw, has the ball and is like, I couldn't hold that whistle for another half second for me.
Yeah, they held it earlier for the Demons, but this time they blew it a little bit. I don't know if that was a little bit early, but definitely the Wildcats they want a turnover. They want that 0 on the board.
That 0. You can tell a lot of this first-team defense still in, a lot of the first-team offense, so they're matching muscle for muscle here with Duncan. Rice in shotgun, Twins on either side. That they're the Wildcats staring at the scoreboard and staring at that 0. Rice back to pass, looking to pass on the left side, has a wheel route and just a little bit outside, thrown out of bounds. 3rd and 15 coming up. And Tony, again, we've been talking about it. That 0, how important is that 0 to this defense?
Oh, that they've been looking for that all night, especially as the night has gone on, especially in this second half. I guarantee you that defense, they want to take pride in what they've done tonight, and they want that 0 on the board at the end of this game.
2:48 left and counting. 3rd and 15, shutout. Oh, fumble on the snap, and here we go. Rice fields it, but not after losing about 7 yards. And you got to think that as far as the shutout's concerned, that's a big pitch right there.
Absolutely. Punt team coming out for the Demons, and once again, just unforced errors, just a lot of things not going their way tonight in all 3 facets of the game, offense, defense, and special teams.
This defense looking at that 0 and a wry smile starting to come on their face. 2:30 left and counting. And they're looking at the offense saying, hey, how about we go ahead and just make this the last possession. What do you think? High punt, fair catch called for and made at the 15-yard line. Great call. A little bit of laundry on the play. We'll go ahead and see what that's about. But, hey, again, it's the little things, making that fair catch right there to not only save field position, but also field it cleanly.
Yeah, a little bit of a late fair catch call there. Made it a little bit scarier than maybe the coaching staff probably wanted, but we'll have to see what this flag is. The flag was thrown at about the 30-yard line from the side judge, and that ball was fielded at about the 12, 13-yard line.
All the zebras kind of just looking at each other here, and look like it's going to be on Duncan as they initially marked it off against Piedmont, and looks like the back judge is like, hey, we're actually going this way, guys. I didn't see the call. Might have been like an illegal formation is kind of what it felt like, or perhaps the gunner didn't get in bounds fast enough or something like that, or I don't know, different shade of black on his jersey than everyone else. Who knows? Left side, trying the left side, and here we go to the 40. 50, bowls a guy over, 45 into Duncan territory. Ball is out.
Yeah, fumble on the play. Looks like the Wildcats did recover. As I surely thought the running back was down, but a nice play on first down, getting all the way out to plus territory now at about the 43-yard line. So great play on first down from the Wildcats.
Jackson Elliott on the carry, on the kind of the sweep play, going right to left. Tabor under center with Geiger in the backfield with him. Here we go. 1st and 10, ball at the, 43-yard line. Up the middle, gain of about 5 on the play to the 38. And I'll tell you what, I mean, second verse, same as the first, as this Piedmont Wildcat offense continues to get these on-schedule runs.
Absolutely, yeah. You want 5 yards on every first down, and, the first play you end up getting about 40 yards and maybe a little bit less than that, and then now you end up, getting 5 yards on first down, and you're chewing clock, less than a minute to go here. The Wildcats could possibly try to go for another touchdown, but you're up 51-0. Just milk this clock away.
At that point, it's milk the clock away. Continue to play hard, because if you don't, that's how people get hurt. But here we go. Geiger with the carry right up the middle. I expect to see dive plays, maybe. Let's see, looking at the clock and doing math, we're one play away from this reading triple zeros.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're going to get a heavy dose of the zone dive here over and over again, as the Wildcats are just going to try to milk this clock away. One more play to go, and they're going to have a lot of pride with that 0 up on the board.
3rd and 2 coming up for this offense. They only have to snap it one more time before we get to triple zeros. Tabor in the backfield, Geiger behind him as the B back, and the handoff is a zone dive right at the sticks for first down. 15 seconds left on the clock. Looks like they're going to spot him just short, and shouldn't matter as this continues to tick, tick, tick down. And we're at 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there you have it. The most dominating win of the Piedmont Wildcats season thus far. And at the end of the game is your Piedmont Wildcat offense and defense and special teams and the cheerleaders and the band, and I think some of the color guard scored 51. Duncan Demons.
It's throwing you off all night.
I'm telling you, I've been struggling with it all night. Duncan Demons. I almost called them Dunkin' Donuts earlier, too. 0. We're going to take a quick break.
That is a donut up there.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be right back. One last little break, and then we'll give our post-game thoughts.
Looking for the latest?
Taste World demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging
works celebrating this total domination as Piedmont hangs half 100 on them. 51-0 is your score, and of course the nothing on that just as important as the 51 in my mind, as that Piedmont defense took a lot of pride to make sure they pitched the shutout.
Absolutely, and it didn't look like that was going to happen at the end of the first half, but you go into halftime up 14-0, and then, you talk about flipping a game on its head. I mean, just everything went right for the Wildcats in the second half, and it seemed like everything went wrong for the Demons in the second half, and it ends up in a 51-0 game. You don't normally see the Wildcats score that many points, but everything firing on all cylinders tonight. all three facets of the game for the Wildcats.
Absolutely. And not only that, you saw some wrinkles kind of put in. I mean, special teams. I mean, there are definitely some things to clean up on the offensive and defensive side, and the special team side. Almost sailed that long snap on the punt towards the end of the game. But, I mean, if you're Coach Hall, if you're this Piedmont team, this Piedmont coaching staff, you're getting on the bus and you're feeling pretty good about things.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of pride in how they played tonight. All three facets. I keep talking about it, but they're definitely taking a lot of pride in this game tonight. You mentioned the band earlier. The band's tired. How many times did they play the fight song tonight?
I tell you what.
51 points on the board.
I tell you what. And so, player of the game, offensive side, you know what? Going to go off script a little bit. The guy who caught both of those touchdown plays, touchdown passes from Josh Mars. You know him. I know him. We all love him. We're talking about Lane Whitworth.
Yeah, like you always say, he wants his money. He got his money tonight. he was hanging out there in the end zone twice tonight. We don't normally see that happen, but two great passing throws from Josh Mars, and Lane Whitworth, the sophomore, ends up in the end zone twice tonight. And you bet he's going to hang his chin a little bit higher when he gets back to school Monday.
Absolutely, and defensive side, let's talk about that secondary. And there's one guy I'm thinking about. You call him Motor. He had his motor running all night, and you know him as Jacob Anglin. Just had a dominant game in the secondary. Made sure that this spread offense really didn't have a whole lot going on, even against this freshman quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think really a team effort tonight defensively, firing on all cylinders. Talon Owen. Didn't call his name a lot, but then towards the end of the game, there in that third quarter, right when things started to kind of snowball out of control, had two quarterback hurries that didn't end up in. They ended up in negative plays. They didn't end up in turnovers. And then you look at so from the defensive line perspective, you look at Talon Owen, and then moving back to that linebacker position, you look at number 25, Brogan Hardy ended up with an interception tonight. Had some big hits. And then you mentioned in the backfield back there as well, all the way back in the secondary. I mean, but firing all cylinders defensively. I say give the game ball to who do you give the game ball tonight?
I mean, you don't have enough game balls to give out.
Absolutely.
At that point is the issue, because this is, again, one of those wins, and we go back to it, and we've talked about it a couple times in the second half, that goal line stand on how, we've talked about how sometimes old Uncle Mo likes to have those change of address cards at the ready.
Absolutely.
But Uncle Mo, once he got over to the Piedmont side with that big stop at the end of the second half, he started planting trees in the front yard. Mm-hmm. He started making sure that, hey, the Piedmont sideline is my home.
Yeah, and I talked about this last week, but Coach Hall last season would try to get that momentum on his side, especially if the Wildcats would get the ball to start the half. He'd open up with a throw, right, and try to do what he did tonight, especially the offensive with those two pass plays. They tried that at the beginning of the game. Well, tonight offensively, well, not even offensively, but special teams, they started with the momentum on their side, and they took all the air out of this stadium from the very first kick of the game. Whenever they recovered the little pooch kick that ended up in the Piedmont side, and just from the opening kickoff tonight, the Wildcats just absolutely dominated this game.
Well, we're going to wrap it up here from Duncan, get packed up and head north on the highway, get on home, hopefully before the sun comes up. But next week we'll be joining you homecoming,
Southeast at home. Yep.
Southeast at home. You can catch us here on Crossover Radio Sports, simulcast on Squirtle. But once again, for Tony Mellendorf, my name is Philip Larson. You've been listening to Crossover Radio Sports, broadcast of Piedmont Wildcat football, simulcast on Squirtle. Crossover Radio Sports, sports talk with a purpose. We'll see you next week, and go Cats!